We're gonna open up the Water Sewer Commissioners meetings November 7th at 7 PM. And we're gonna skip over a couple of things, and we're gonna go on with GBI, the driveway discussion, and then we'll go back to the others.
All right, the proposed driveway is coming onto the
You wanna
left
just
of the
state-
property.
Just state your name.
Bill
I know
Pybus
we
for
know you.
Guaranteed Builders. This, you'll see where the blue line is right here. It's gonna be 14 feet wide paved. And, everything, as we disturb it, it'll be all put back, you know, with, existing, materials and so forth. So it'll, what else are they gonna do here?
There was gonna be, in lieu of some grading, there was gonna be,
Yeah,
paving. I think Bob had met with a representative on that.
Right.
From,
Yep.
from,
right,
And you're gonna take out the old driveway too, right?
No,
No, we don't.
no,
we'll leave that. Just
So we're gonna
leave
leave the
that.
old, just bring it around the new one?
yeah, they're gonna
Yes,
bring the
it
grade to be level with the old,
yeah,
and then grade it down to that side.
Yeah, but I mean at first,
Yeah, you're gonna leave
This
that.
first,
one
driveway.
you're gonna leave the
this
first,
one-
so
this
just come
will
in
stay-
on the backside of
this
it.
will stay in place. And this is the roadway
This
to
is
the
the,
well.
this is the existing driveway.
Yeah, that's the well road.
Yeah.
Here's Glen Street, here's the existing driveway going to the well.
And the new one's
We'll
going
move
in.
it over to here and grade this so that it comes up and, you know, matches up with that.
So essentially, in lieu, what we did is we made an agreement, a deal with them. They
Yeah.
let them grade that section out to get access into for their driveway coming in. In lieu of that, they're gonna put a 350
Road in
foot
for us.
driveway coming up.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna-
we'll give them a grading.
They're gonna keep it at 8%. 8.5% proposed grade.
So, yeah, I had asked the representative to come in and meet with Bob.
Right.
And work out all the details and
Yeah.
then bring it to the board when Bob was happy with everything and,
There's another copy of the same thing.
Yeah,
so I think everything was met that you talked about
Yeah.
and agreed to. So, I mean, if that's, I have no objection to it. I think the only other thing is we probably have to do is, I think the selectmen have to sign on this, right?
I believe so.
So it'll be the same, because the granting of easement, we'll support it. I think the board of selectmen will need to approve the
Right.
the easement, the same as we did with the solar farm. on the
correct.
other side.
Yeah.
So we could write a letter supporting that, and then
Right.
Bob can communicate with them.
Right.
So I think,
We have to have a meeting with the selectmen, or?
Bob could
I
probably
can
see,
go meet with them.
if need be, I mean, we can.
I think just a letter,
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
send
a letter from
and-
you.
And I'll
will
talk to
provide
Matt,
to that.
because Matt will be at
Okay.
the meeting,
Yeah.
I would assume.
But all in all, I think it's a definitely an improvement for our side on that driveway going in, 'cause that driveway is like a,
Yep.
And it will help us out a lot. I mean, that first hill was pretty bad.
yeah.
Well, he comes out, he's just with a plow.
Slid across over the plow many times.
Yeah.
So,
Alrighty,
okay, so yeah, for,
Okay.
I don't think, we're gonna need a formal vote on that, you think, or will be, or just a consensus that we agree and.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah,
work.
I'll
Yeah,
write a letter to the
yeah.
selectmen.
We'll have to get the approval from the selectmen. Though.
Yeah, okay.
alrighty,
All right,
Bill.
very good, Bill.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
nice to meet everyone. Live and kicking.
Yeah,
Have a good evening.
you too. Thank you.
Yep.
You guys want to come up? Yep. North Village. There you go.
So, we're here basically to talk about fees, Mike. As the board probably remembers, Ed Typley, I represent North Brim LLC, developer of North Village. When we met with you back in the spring, we were talking about, number one, the booster pump, but we were also talking about the the fee issue and the provision in the comp permit that provides for the waiver of connection fees for the affordable units, and didn't get any resolution of that at the time. I guess we've worked through the booster issue, and I don't know if the board is familiar with what's going on with that. I expect that Bob's probably
Yeah.
brought everybody up to
The
date with
cistern
it. So
option.
that seems to be resolved. We met with the Board of Selectmen a couple weeks ago, and they signed the amendment to that provision, and so we're good to go. We're gonna present it to the ZBA next week, so
That's
I
good.
think that issue's resolved. But still leaves the issue of the fees for, the connection fees for the affordable units, and particularly important because the cistern's gonna be fairly expensive for us, so we're just requesting a determination of whether or not the board's gonna do it.
What was the cost of that cistern? Just out of curiosity.
The cistern is probably gonna cost, to put it in the ground, $100,000.
It'll be over 100 said and done, and then we have,
And then we got another 55 that we're paying to the fire department for hoses. We're buying all new hoses for the
Oh, so everyone's gonna fit
trucks.
the whole setup.
Well, it's an
Upgrade
upgrade
them to
from
get
a-
5-inch instead of 4-inch
from a-
because of friction loss and whatever.
Right, and then Stantec, we're paying, $6,000 to design the thing, and then another $20,000 or whatever it is to monitor it, so, it's gonna be close to $200,000 before, we're done, I think. And the fire department wants to do it on a townwide basis, so, as a developer, I don't know how you feel about that, but,
I haven't put much thought into it.
yeah.
to be honest with you.
I mean, probably not a bad
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
yeah, but it is gonna add cost. Anyways, so, but the comp permit provides for the waiver of fees for, building permit and water sewer connections, so, that's, and we've done one affordable at this point that we needed that we've connected, and we've got some more coming up, so, now's the time to decide, I think.
Okay. So on the affordable rate, I really don't, I'm not too inclined to waive fees on something like that, for the simple reason that our rates are already substantially low compared to a
Right.
lot of other.
Yeah, I understand it.
So,
Um,
and it being a very small department, it's hard to,
Right,
it's
it's not really, I mean, it's provided for in the comp permit. It's not it really isn't an election.
well,
So-
it was never agreed by this board. Unless you
Right.
could show me, unless you could show some documentation on that. That
It does,
was-
it didn't
that
have to be.
was-
You're a local board. The ZBA, under 40B,
ZBA is appointed or elected, there's a difference.
that doesn't matter. Under 40B, the ZBA has the authority to waive not only local bylaws, zoning, subdivision, whatever, but also fees. And that's what they did in the comp permit. It's their authority. And it's their authority, it's not the Board of Selectmen's. So,
It's appointed by the board, any fees has to get approved by the Board of Selectmen.
under the regulation, under 40B and the regulations that are adopted by it, the ZBA has the authority to waive local fees of local boards, all local boards.
I respectfully disagree with you, but that's fine. But,
Well, I don't know,
why would you even be here asking us for that, if that was the issue, if it was already,
because you're charging us for them. You charged us for connection fees for the one affordable that we did, and we don't wanna pay them going forward. So if you're gonna, the comp permit says what the comp permit says. If you say, I don't care what the comp
I think
permit
you're talking
says,
about the MOU, correct?
no, I'm talking about the comp permit. The permit itself
Okay.
provides for the waiver of building permit and local water sewer connection fees. And I do have
Yeah, I can look, I'll have to go back and look, and, if you wanna give
It's
us,
in
actually, wanna give us a copy of everything that you have that we can look up and, That's
Well,
it.
I did last time, but, and I know Bob has copies of it, but.
Yeah, actually, I had asked for it last time, I never got the copy. I got a couple of pieces that I really got. I don't recall ever discussing anything with fees unless it was before my time on this board. Or any
Well, you weren't
correspondence.
on the board when
I
they
wasn't on the
issued.
board, but I don't
when
remember
they issued
discussing
the- When they issued the
waiving
contract.
fees.
Like, I can't see another board waiving
Somebody else's
somebody
fees.
else's fees without any discussion of any, especially when it's a whole separate, setup as far as we're enterprise through the town, obviously.
But
And
that's the
then-
purpose of the comp permit. The
I-
comp permit is a permit that applies to all local boards and all local regulations in the town. Okay, it's one comprehensive permit that deals with all of the issues, okay?
I understand that, I know how the 40B works on that, but I think the fees are a little bit different on that.
No, they're not.
They have to be agreed to, I believe.
No, it says, okay. No waivers are granted from permit or inspection fees except for building permit fees and municipal water and sewer connection fees for affordable units as provided for in the amended MOU. That's what it says. So, to me, that's a waiver, okay, and that's what the ZBA granted when they issued the comp permit.
Okay. Did you want to, can you have
Can
a
you
copy
leave
of
us a
that?
copy of that? or-
Yeah, you can do it.
And then, we'll go through it, and, I mean, I imagine,
Well-
I'd like to, I'll probably just ask council on it, to
I-
ask us
please.
if they have any.
Please, I mean, because we gotta get it resolved one
Yeah.
way or another.
Alright.
And if you're not gonna do it, then we gotta do what we have to do
Yeah,
to get it.
absolutely.
I mean,
And
it's a lot of,
if-
it's a lot of money for us.
My other thought was on it was, if the market rate is, what's the affordable selling for?
180.33,
All right, and what's the regular market rate selling for?
anywhere from 300 to 340, 350, depending upon what's in them.
So based on the percentage wise of what you're getting for it, and, we could appropriate it, maybe work something out on that, so if it's about a third, sounds like? About a third of the cost?
Yeah, about less.
Reduction
It's
about a third, so it's about,
more.
say you're at 200 and you're at 300, so round the numbers. I would,
That's not what the permit says, but, I mean, again, we've been trying to work with you guys throughout this thing,
yeah,
so.
we worked substantially with you guys on that as well,
So,
and tried to work substantially on other deals, especially on the water line.
yeah,
Well,
well,
wait, we're doing the whole thing, so. And it's two-way, it's not like we haven't been working with you.
I didn't say you weren't.
So, I mean, we just have to find out because, I think the last time when this was brought in, it was brought in previously to the whole water line discussion. So my thought was I wanted to wait before we get into saying we're gonna waive fees and get to that, see how that whole thing unfolded,
Okay.
so.
All right. The section is marked with a clip.
I was gonna say, is there section marked so again?
Well, the page is marked with a
paper
clip, if you want me to highlight it?
No, yeah, that's fine.
This one's highlighted. You want this?
There's a section where the paperclip is. All right.
It's just, it's this section up in here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll just ask, we'll see, maybe the Wednesday ZBA meeting,
Next week,
next Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Wednesday? I'm not gonna be here. But Bob could find out.
Yeah, I mean, talk to Jay Tolman.
So, see what he
See what Jay tells you. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna give you legal advice, but, permit says what it says.
I understood it as that they could request the waiver of the fees, but not where it's spelled out by, especially a different board that's an elected board.
The MOU, okay, says that, there are two sections in this permit that mentions the fees. And one is in the comp permit, which has the language that I just cited. The other one is the MOU, and it says as evidence of the community support The town shall support the applicant in seeking waivers of the ZBA permit fee application and all building and all municipal connection fees for the affordable units. That language means the Board of Selectmen can't waive your fees, okay? They don't have the authority to waive your fees, right? But the ZBA does. So the ZBA, when they issued the comp permit, waived the fees. So that's how they fit together.
If
I mean,
legally that's the
if
way it's-
that's
that's
the
what's
way it
legal.
works, so.
Yeah, I mean, if legally, if that's how that goes, then
Yeah, they never notified us or anything like that.
no notification that I'm aware of, that's how it is.
No, I'm not either.
No, I don't know what the ZBA did when they issued the, I mean, they don't have to notify any of the local boards. That's not a requirement. I mean, you were on the ZBA when we were going through all
Yeah.
of this, and, there wasn't any, it wasn't like you got the planning board and, I mean, we talked to the fire department, we talked to you guys when we were designing the project, but, it wasn't a question of having a say over the terms of the comprehensive permit. That was basically it was written by Jay and then approved by the ZBA at the time.
Mhm.
So, and that was his language. I mean, I didn't put it in.
So Jay created that?
Jay wrote the comprehensive permit.
Okay. So then he'll have knowledge of the whole thing. Well, I think it's just to me a legal question whether or not it's binding or it's not, but
Yeah.
as far as the waiving the fees. If it is, it is. If it's not,
Okay.
then we'll just come out of whatever agreement we can come up to.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's more than a third. It's 47.6 to 51%.
Well, it was 180 something and
Yeah, 183.3, and then between 300 and 350, depending on what number you look at. So it's a lot more than a third.
I mean, the other provision, just, 40B also, in the case law on 40B says that your fees can't exceed what you charged at the time that we submitted the application, the comprehensive permit application, which, as you know, was back in 2008.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there's that provision as well. Again, we want to come up with something that works for everybody.
yeah,
And
fair enough.
so that's what we're looking for. We want
I don't believe our fees have changed since 2008, have they?
to. Is there?
No, but we are looking at a new rate study on
Right.
all the fees.
The connection fees in 2008 were the same as they are now?
Yes.
Are they, how are they, are they in regulations or is there a bylaw? How do they?
I think it was a policy, and there was a thing we vote on. We have to do the rates, and then I think whenever we do a rate study, our consulting engineer would tell us. We would ask if we're going to include any of the separate rates, like how much we charge per man hour for somebody to go out. Basically, a schedule of fees.
And I think I found back to like 94, it's still the same fee.
Yeah, it is the same. 'Cause I remember.
The fee hasn't changed,
Yeah.
and I have no idea how long.
I
As
went
far back as I could find, it's always been 2,500, 5,000.
I went back. I was trying to think. I did a house in as far back as I could think. It was in probably late 290s, somewhere in there, and it was still the same. Yeah. So
All right, so I think that's it. I don't know if
Yeah,
there's anything
that was it.
else that you guys want to talk about?
everything else, how's things going?
How's
Selling? Everything's selling?
We're selling, yeah.
Things still moving? Good.
Yeah, they're moving pretty good.
I was amazed at the construction up there, how fast it's going.
Well, could
Starting to get
could go
rolling.
faster.
Yeah.
If
It looks
we went
a bit fast
faster,
to
we,
me.
if we went faster, we could sell more, but.
So as long as it's selling, it goes fast as you can.
Well, you have to when it is selling because the market changes fast.
Mm.
You know.
For sure.
Oh, you've been busy, right?
Yep.
hopefully it will stay for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you.
Years old.
Okay, we'll see you, Bob. Thank you, Colin.
See you later.
Thank you, see you guys.
We'll see you.
Take care.
So,
I'll go quickly review the minutes of the meetings.
Yeah.
Actually, Keith's,
Keith's not here, and
Yeah.
one of the meeting minutes is like 5 pages
Substantially.
long, so.
why don't we pass over those tonight?
Pass over it. Okay.
We'll
I'm
just
gonna
take-
pass over the reading of the approval of the minutes to next
and Keith will be here as well.
next meeting. All right, Bob.
And
So,
I just-
water
I just
reports.
have the sewer report, cause the water report is in the F-350, and the F-350 is at Jared's. So the monthly sewer report, in the month of October, we had 5.85 inches of rain. Cedar Grove held 113,100 gallons. The flow was 6.574 million gallons for an average of 212,000 per day. Wasted 86,765 gallons for an average of 2,799 gallons a day. We used 731 gallons of alum and 683 gallons of sodium hydroxide. 320 kilowatt hours of electricity, and the river average was 1,145 cubic feet per second. The fourth quarter toxicity test was performed. The fourth quarter array was performed on the Cedar Grove waste. We had chemical delivery of sodium hydroxide, and SPR number 3 is still in rehab. And the EPA study 38 has been concluded. That's all I had on the sewer. Any questions on that?
Mhm.
That's all I had on the sewer. Do you have any questions on
The
the
water.
The water, like I said, it's in the F-350, and the F-350 is not here. It's at Jared's getting service. But on the water side, as you guys are aware, we had the water operator resigned, so he's gone. We'll be posting those positions. We still gotta hire. We have 2, so I gotta hire 1 on water, 1 on wastewater, so
Put the ads up.
not yet. That'll be next week. So we got Steve Terrio covering the water right now. That's it for those. So we had some stuff that we're starting to put together for fees.
You wanna go over that now?
We just have the fee service, so this is just the current rates and everything.
You did a current?
Yeah. And then we have, like some draft regulations to start reviewing. Just to start going through, you guys can take a look at it if you have comments or questions. I wouldn't say you're gonna look at it right now, it's just, take it with you, go through it when you have time, and we'll,
These are all the.
start trying to
regulations.
get some things written down and policies and procedures in place.
There's gonna be policies and fees.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of stuff to work on, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna look at the fees, the connection fees, there's things like policies and applicable fees for, requesting final reads. We often have people call up and they're like, yeah, I need it by noon, and we just don't have the ability to run and do a final read that minute. I mean, it's supposed to be 3 days notice, so. We're looking at things like, other towns or just other industries and stuff that, if the standard is 3 days and you want it quicker, then, there's should probably probably be a fee associated with that to get a, you know, if you want it last minute instead of ahead of time.
In other words, they're calling them up and want them that day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and, you know, if Lee's out and then I get locked up on her computer trying to do a final read because of this billing program we have, you know, sometimes it's just not all that possible.
It's good, that's a lot of information in here.
Yeah, so and this is one of the things that we've discussed for a while and I'm starting to get going.
Yeah.
So we just kind of got together a little bit of a draft. And then we also at some point have to put some specs in place. I mean, I know we have some, they're old, but just standard specs. So if a contractor comes in to do work,
We changed some of the specs from originally, or?
well, no, I'm saying that's what
We
we
should.
gotta look at, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
You know, we should probably be speccing American made, just simply because it's better quality. You know, we've got some Chinese stuff out there that, you know, you go to take the gate box cover off and you crack the whole housing. Now you gotta dig the whole thing up to replace it. You know, whereas if you use the American stuff, it's a lot heavier duty.
Where'd you come up with this? This is some pretty standard type of stuff, or?
Yeah, it was probably a lot of it was taken from other towns and.
Just kind of pull bits and pieces.
Yeah, pull
and
bits
see
and pieces from other places. And
what looks good.
no,
what
no
doesn't.
sense in recreating the wheel.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Just go through different ones until it suits the needs of the
Right.
department.
You know, get a few of them and go through them and make some adjustments as we need them.
Yep.
But
Very
at
good.
some point, I'd like to get a working plan and just keep adding to it as we go. But we need to start somewhere.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
lot
looks
of
like we've got a lot to
information.
go through.
Yeah, a lot of information to read through, so.
You guys can pick how you wanna do it, if you say you wanna pick a couple at a time and, you know, just kinda hammer through them, or if you pick a few policies or whatever, a week or a month or whatever, when we have another meeting. you know,
Go
just
through a
kinda
section.
Come in and pick that one and say, alright, this one we're gonna go through, comments and edits, and then the next meeting we can approve them.
Okay.
But if we can at least get moving towards getting some approved and in place, and it's things like this last meeting here that, you know, they come in asking if, you know, we have standard fees and this and that.
I got 53 pages and all.
Just a draft, it'll grow.
Yeah,
What do you want to do, like so many sections?
yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not saying to decide right now, but
yeah.
I would
I just like
go through and just kind of skim through it now.
Skim through it and
You know,
yeah.
before the next meeting, and then we can kind of say, all right, let's pick
Take this section.
1, 2, and 3, and you know, or there's like a bunch of letters here, so you know, pick A, B, and C, and decide on those, and get them finalized, and we'll have the draft book and the final book, and hopefully we get through and finish it.
Okay, sounds good. Very good. Glad to see that's
Yeah.
moving
Yeah,
forward.
it's
Just talking about that for a
I'll
while.
say it's just been on the agenda for a long time,
Yeah,
and we usually
long
just
time.
skip over it, so I'm like, I want to get something on there.
Yeah.
Either take it off the agenda or let's move forward.
Well, the idea was keep it on the agenda, so it was a reminder. every
Yeah,
month.
so remind us all the time.
So sooner or later, one of us would get
Somebody-
irritated and
yeah.
say, all right, let's get this done.
Alrighty. So we gotta do any more with this, or are you gonna take care of it with the selectmen and?
Yeah, I'll talk to the selectmen. I mean, I think overall it's beneficial to everyone.
Yeah. I had looked at it, I came in and looked at it.
Yeah.
I think it was a good,
Has this been revised quite a bit from the original, or not really?
Yeah, they didn't really show any of this. She just kind of came in and penciled it in, but now it's all, you know, a little more official. So here's all the calculations.
Mm-hmm.
They're figuring it's about 3,500 ton will be coming out. And if you figure it's about $350 a ton, it's about $12,250. And it's gonna require for 350 feet of 4 inches of asphalt comes out to about 105 tons. So 105 tons of asphalt.
14 feet wide enough? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good, I mean, it's minimal disturbance on, you know, on the grading, what they're gonna grade that, so.
And I just
they're
think,
gonna take that.
safety wise, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time before we have some kind of
Yeah.
accident with a tractor
Yeah,
trailer
Yeah,
trying to come out of there with a tank full of chemical.
yeah.
We've been fortunate, that's for sure.
And the brook's right across the street.
Yeah, crossing my fingers helps, because every time I come out, I just cross my fingers, nobody's coming while I'm sliding across the road, so.
The brook's across the street, and that brook comes right down past all our wells,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. Well, part, not all of them, but the ones on West Street down there. So I think it'll be a good, good improvement.
So what about they were talking about pulling gravel out of here? Up on top, are they gonna still do that, or?
No, if anything, it would just be,
Tape it.
some regrading.
Is that up on the top of the corner here?
Right where this red area. So just that little area right there is kind of just regrading.
Right in here?
Yeah, I
That's
think
outside
it's-
the 400 foot?
Yeah. Yeah, here's the 400 foot radius here.
Oh, okay, so this is way out.
That's out there.
Okay.
And then the regrading easement is like 25 by 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no more than 300 cubic yards.
Relatively small in scope of,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not very, yeah.
so I think it'll,
Okay.
help us,
So
it'll
we
help
have
us.
to vote on that or anything, that's,
No, I just think it was just consensus to get everything to bring it to the, so that the selectmen.
yeah, okay. All right, takes care of that.
Grant an easement.
Is there anything else?
Nope, I don't have it.
We'll do the minutes of the meeting next month.
Yep.
Okay. We don't have any other topics, we're all set.
No, I'm good.
Yep. So, make a motion to adjourn at 7:33.
All right. Second it, all in favor, aye?
Aye.